So we sat out on the grass at the back of the house, and we just sat out there cross-legged eating muesli and talking. And then he said, I've got something to give you. And out of his trousers pocket he brought a little piece of paper, and I opened it, and it was the most beautiful love poem. And I looked at him and he said, I'm in love with you.
Whatever happened to the teenage dream? The curfew comes at the crack of night. The sad old wino aches to dissipate the fright. A jet jump driver speeds past his machine. But whatever happened to the teenage dream? A broken guard from a rusty world, sweetly mouth touched in onyx glove. His prison bars were very hard to clean. But whatever happened to the teenage dream?
During the second half of his career, Marc Bolan continued to reach the charts with ease. The glam rock status of 1972-73 had dimmed, but in its place, a chameleon-like image emerged. Whilst pleasing devoted fans, this was less easily accepted by the general public. Complete with the seemingly erratic approach was the speedy turnover of other musicians in T.Rex.
We hadn't really seen each other for a few years. That was 1974 to about 76. We didn't, for a couple of years, we didn't see each other. Then one day at Top of the Pops, there was a group of mine was on Top of the Pops, and Marc was on Top of the Pops too, and we just met each other in the hallway. You know, we virtually collided with each other. He was with Gloria then. And we took one look at each other. We hadn't spoken to each other for 2 years, and he just threw his arms around me. We had a great big hug.
In the buns and feet, ruled my girl with Teutonic teeth.
Almost from the beginning to the end, as I knew him, his enthusiasm and it was a kind of joy of life that he had, that literally spread to all the people who were around him at any given time.
There are very few people in life that can decide that they want to be famous and actually make it happen. And Marc did that.
There was a time everything was fine. You got drunk on the day like it was wine, and all the children, they put flowers in their hair, and all the grown-ups, they put daggers there instead.
It was about 7 o'clock in the morning. Friend rang the doorbell. Thought it was the postman, you know. Told me, didn't believe it, and turned on the news. And at 8 o'clock news in the morning, and the headlines were "Pop star Marc Bolan is dead." And throughout the day, it was amazing. There was so many people came to my place, bodies lying all over the floor for 3 weeks, nowhere else to go. Everybody like helping each other. It was a terrible time, but everybody really kept each other together, you know.
We love to boogie. We love to boogie. Jitterbug boogie. Bowling Billy boogie. We love to boogie on Saturday night.
The funeral was, I imagine, like any pop star's funeral. It was a bit of a circus, but couldn't really be helped. I mean, people were hysterical. I think for everybody, there was this amazing, great black hole appeared in their lives.
That void was the very thing that I felt with a couple of my friends at the time that we felt needed filling. There'd been such a lack of anything to do with Marc Bolan. There were no records. It was so sad. I mean, there were so many people at the crematorium the year after. We felt, well, look, you know, Marc, in the true sense of the word, may be gone, but there's no reason why we can't keep something going, and we felt that we owed it to him. He'd been so good to us as fans that we felt we had to keep it going, and that's how it all started. We really didn't get into it terribly deeply until about 1981, by which time I'd been joined by Shan. And we just got together, we threw what little money we had together and just said, look, nobody else is going to release Marc's stuff, let's go for it. It
was 7:30 in the morning, and as I turned on the wireless, the telephone rang, and Ronnie Money said, June, and I went, I've just heard. I'll talk to you later, and I put the phone down. I'll never marry again, ever.
I love to boogie. I love to boogie. I love to boogie. I love to boogie on a Saturday night. Wow, I love to boogie.
Marc Bolan loved to boogie, and for many thousands of his fans, he always will.